So it's like easier, the bar's set really low for anyone who I date in the future to come in and be like, great guy.
I'm having more fun during this time of my life than I've ever had before. I've legitimately never been happier.
In a corner stands the radiant Taylor Switf, while in the opposite corner, we have the charismatic gridiron star Travis Kelce. Although they now epitomize couple goals, let's rewind to the beginning. The disastrous first date that left us wondering if they'd ever become a couple. With her guitar strings and golden curls, and Travis armed with football finesse and a winning smile, they took a leap into the uncertain world of romance. Little did they know this first date would be more stumbling waltz than a graceful dance, filled with comedic mishaps and misadventures that would make anyone question their compatibility. Initially, the football superstar struggled to catch Taylor Swift's eye, making their love story feel like it was moving at a snail's pace. Travis, with all his football mojo and charm, found it challenging to make a lasting impression on Taylor. It was as if he was wearing an invisibility cloak, with his attempts to stand out resembling fumbles on the field, a bit clumsy, and not quite achieving any touchdowns. Fast forward a couple of months into their swoon-worthy romance, and these two are practically painting the town red with their kisses and more PDA sessions than your favorite romantic movie. But let's rewind a bit and delve into how the adventure of Travis and Taylor began. For those of us glued to Taylor Swift fan accounts, guilty as charged, we've been eagerly following every snippet of their love journey. It all kicked off during the IYS tour. Yes, you heard it right. Love sparked amidst the dazzling lights of the concert stage. Now let's delve into the juicy details straight from the source, Travis Kelce himself. Their first date wasn't your typical Hollywood glamour. It was more about him trying to catch the attention of a pretty girl. Their love story began on July 8, 2023, amidst the mesmerizing performance of Taylor Swift at Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium during the AYS tour. The atmosphere was electric, the crowd buzzing, and it was the kind of night that made believers out of skeptics. Zoom in on Travis Kelce, the football maestro, who wasn't merely a spectator, but was immersed in the music and the moment. Thanks to fan videos, we've got proof. Travis receiving friendship bracelets from fans, a clear sign he was in the midst of the Swiftie celebration. Fans even tweeted about it, documenting the momentous occasion. But why did he attend the concert? He went with a mission, to slip Taylor Swift his number, disguised as a friendship bracelet. Here's where it gets interesting and a bit comically tragic. Travis spilled the beans about his unsuccessful attempt during an episode of the Kelce Brothers podcast, New Heights, confessing his struggle to be smooth, but ending up a bit clumsy. Though his attempt to slip Taylor his digits didn't go as planned, it was just a preview of the sweet journey that unfolded between them. Fast forward to September, when gossip mills started buzzing about Taylor and Travis potentially being a thing. While in July, Travis was sharing endearing misadventures, then comes August, the month of covert rendezvous and perhaps a few stolen glances. Unable to contain his excitement, Travis shared tidbits about their budding romance, inadvertently revealing their secret as the world remained unaware. Travis couldn't help but give us glimpses into their unfolding love story. It's like watching a rom-com where the audience knows the plot twists before the characters do, rooting for that sweet moment of realization. Next up is August, where things become intriguingly clandestine between Travis and Taylor, with Travis skillfully navigating the delicate dance of keeping things hush-hush while laying the foundation for their headline-making romance. But he didn't navigate this labyrinth alone. Taylor Swift's team also played a pivotal role, sailing in like Cupid's arrow to assist in their love story. Shortly after Travis spilled the sweet and clumsy beans on his New Heights podcast on July 26th, Taylor's team, being the romance architects they are, decided to play matchmaker. Travis shared the details, mentioning there were definitely people in her circle who knew who he was and were in her corner saying, "Yo, did you know he was coming? Isn't that just the sweetest behind-the-scenes maneuvering? It's like the universe itself was conspiring to bring these lovebirds together." It seems Taylor dropped Travis a text, or at least that's the vibe we're getting from the Wall Street Journal when they describe Travis as having the shock of a lifetime while looking at his phone. When they finally caught up, Taylor spilled the beans about their almost meet cute at Arrowhead Stadium, filling Travis in on all the details and expressing how lucky he was that she reached out. According to Taylor herself in her Time Person of the Year interview in December 2023, the whole thing kicked off when Travis super adorably called her out on his podcast. They started hanging out shortly after that, keeping things under wraps for a good chunk of time, allowing them to really get to know each other. Based on their stories, it looks like their relationship officially took flight in early August after Taylor reached out. They started chatting and eventually decided to go on an official date. Travis didn't spill all the details, but he did mention it happened in the Big Apple. When I met her in New York, we had already been talking a bit. I figured we could have a nice dinner, a good conversation, see where things go, he shared. Just a few weeks later, Taylor and Travis went public after his game at Arrowhead Stadium, and the rest, as they say, is history. Despite their best efforts to kickstart the relationship, they faced their fair share of troubles along the way. These lovebirds went all in, making a splash as Taylor showed up to cheer on Travis at a Kansas City Chiefs game, looking totally at ease as she hung out with his friends and family. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal, Travis happily shared insights into their relationship, revealing that once it became public, he became unusually cautious with the media, emphasizing, "That was the biggest thing to me. Make sure I don't say anything that would push Taylor away." He also confessed to receiving warnings from his close-knit group of friends, advising him, "Don't mess this up." Fans of the couple were quick to shower praise on the article for its wealth of information. However, not everyone is thrilled, including some notable celebrities. On an episode of The View, several hosts expressed their concerns about what they perceived as red flags in the Wall Street Journal piece. Sunny Hostin led the conversation, stating, "Some of the things he said raised some red flags for me." She quoted Travis's apprehension about potentially pushing Taylor away and questioned, "What is he hiding then? Because for me, I want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly up front." Sunny emphasized the reality of celebrity relationships, noting he's sending in his representative so that he doesn't offend her in any way. That's not real life. Alyssa Farah Griffin jumped in, giving Travis credit for taking the initiative in pursuing Taylor. However, Sunny wasn't convinced and asked, "Why though?" with a playful remark about Travis's ex-girlfriend being really hot. Joy Behar chimed in humorously, adding, "But she wasn't as famous as Taylor." Sarah Haynes echoed a similar sentiment, sharing her take with the co-hosts. "The red flag for me was when he admitted to thinking about retirement," she said, quoting Travis's statement about thinking about retirement more than anyone could ever imagine. Sarah added, "He is huge in the football world, and then you go to Taylor Swift land. I think if you were thinking about next chapters, this would be lovely. It's a very comfortable next chapter." Sunny agreed. Joy then asked if Sarah was implying that Travis planned to live off Taylor, prompting Sarah to clarify, "No, not living off of her. He has millions. But like he's on a podcast, he likes comedy. I think he's looking for a second act," she continued. "Michael Strahan always said he was big among football players and men stopped him on the street. He went into morning TV and everyone stopped him on the street." That's from the mouth of a famous football player. Alyssa agreed, adding, "It is hard at that level of celebrity to find people with the right intentions. He seems like a very nice guy, and I root for them. But I do think she has to be careful of that." Folks also had a lot to say about how Taylor swiftly transitioned from a 7-year relationship into her newfound romance. So what do you think? Do you think this will be the final love story for Tay? Comment down below and let us know. Down below.